Full disclosure, the voice you are listening to now is artificially generated, brought to you by satisphonic.com. See the link in the description for more details. Men of Reddit, what's something that the ladies are insecure about but don't actually like? My wife has been getting random grey hairs for a bit now, more and more. It's somewhat more noticeable in bright sunlight. She's only mid-40s and it seems to get her down a little bit. I've told her that it doesn't bother me at all, but I think it just reminds her that we're getting older, bit by bit. I think it looks fantastic, like stars in the night sky. When she eventually goes fully grey, well, what could be more spectacular than a night sky completely covered in stars? Years ago, I walked into our bedroom and my wife was in bed, reading and wearing reading glasses. It was my first time seeing her wearing them. She looked great. I mean, really great. I gasped and she immediately pulled them off, feeling self-conscious. I said to her, honey, they look fantastic on you. And I got a bit excited and said, you know how we said we wanted to get married and grow old together? Well, it's happening while I did kind of a Snoopy dance while saying it's happening. Grey hairs, growing old, reading glasses, these are all achievements that should be celebrated. I hope this come out the right way. Height. My wife is not even that tall, but all her friends are 5'2" or shorter. She's 5'8", and when I met her, she was super insecure about it. We're about the same height, but I really like it. I'm F5'11", been turned down for being taller than guys plenty of times. Fair enough, people like what they like, but I can't say I've ever dated anyone who said they were attracted to my tallness. Luckily, everyone gets less insecure with age. The older I get, the more I rock the high heels. My wife and I are both 5'11"ish and been together about 12 years. Almost every time we're dressing up and going somewhere nice, she'll ask me if it's okay for her to wear heels. I have no idea why she thinks she should have my permission. My answer is always, wear whatever you want and are comfortable in, and hell, yeah. I'm 5'8", and my preference are taller girls. The tallest girl I've ever dated was 6'2". Can't explain why, but I like it. Lol. I dated a woman who was 6'4" in college. Fuck, that was great. She stood in the street while I was on the sidewalk when we'd kiss. Tall women are goddesses. I think tall women often have a very elegant figure. I mean, now there has to be a reason why models are so tall in most cases. Same here, wife and I are both 5'11". Never have to help her pull anything from the top shelf. Never have to awkwardly bend over for a kiss. Never have to adjust the car mirrors. Everything lines up nicely in the bedroom. Those things were cute when I dated shorter partners, and hardly deal breakers, but their absence now makes me appreciate my Amazon wife and her long bones even more. I always liked short women, till I met my so who is 6 foot, same as me. Feel like a power couple striding down the road low. My missus has a filthy laugh. She's embarrassed about it, so it only comes out when she really finds something funny. If I could, I'd have that straight into my veins. Describe this filthy laugh, we must know. It's almost a cackle, a bit nasally and always at 100% volume. Usually accompanied by a thrown back head. Honestly, if I could find a way to induce it, I'd do it daily. I love this shit. My wife has a balls to the wall laugh and I love her for it. You know you hit the funny bone when you hear that? If I could, I'd dive that straight into my veins. This is the cutest thing I've ever read. Wishing you both many more years of happiness. Girl, you got a filthy laugh. It is seriously filthy. I heard it quite early on in our relationship and thought, we'll have more of that. Please, 20 years later, I'm still not bored of it. I've heard multiple women say they were self-conscious about their veins. Nothing else, just the sight of their normal veins on the surface of their skin. But call me crazy, I like a woman with a vascular system. I strictly like women with vascular system. Yay, it's a deal breaker for me too. Wait, seriously? I'm a female and I've never heard this. The way advertising and social media are, they are constantly giving us women a new thing to be self-conscious about it. I hate it so much. I'm a female with very large veins. Think bodybuilder type, bulging veins sticking out of my hands. I used to be very self-conscious about it, but finally realized I kinda need blood, and it is what it is. What she looks like first thing in the morning. This X1000. If I had to pick a time and place where I feel my wife is the most beautiful she's ever been, it's when I wake up in the morning and she's asleep next to me. Oh yes, it wasn't a dream. She does exist. Funny, my Jeff had to work till 12 last night, and I wake up early, so I was asleep by 10. I had a dream where the two of us were in a field watching a movie on our couch, and she fell asleep. I gently woke her and asked if she wanted to go to bed. And I woke up. It was about Onaman, and she wasn't next to me. A part of me feared that the last year we'd been together was a dream. Another part feared she got into a wreck on the way home. I texted her, asking if she had to stay late at work. She replied instantly that she was in the living room. I've done this with my husband. There's nothing more reassuring than the response that he's home and just in a different room. The slightly mussed hair, my wife has by choice gone with a short haircut. The cat-like sprawl she has after I wake up. She needs more sleep than I do, and I, whenever possible, let her have that. Her gentle smile when I stroke her hair to wake her up. I mean, it's the most honest, innocent moment in her day, and I love it. It's the eyes open, eyes shut again and cuddle up to me that does it for me. I won't stay in bed if I have a choice, but I will for that. My wife describes herself as looking like a tramp's arsehole in the morning. I personally don't have a problem with big noses. Being silly and fun. This is one of the most attractive things for a true, meaningful relationship. Ever hear of marrying your best friend? What's better than being silly and fun? My ex used to say I got the zoomies before bed. And I did do. That is when my inner weirdo gremlin comes out and I need to do weird things. Nothing made him laugh as hard. Even when we were at the very end of our relationship, the zoomies would get him laughing. This isn't really gender specific, but I've not seen it mentioned here, and I think it's probably women that get a harder time for it overall. But general weirdness, interests, obsessions, passion. We may not know or even care about it as much as you do, but if we care about you at all, then that look you get when you talk about it is wonderful. Forget all that sexist, immature primary school bullshit that told you to be normal and conform. Be weird. Be weird. The silly little sounds and goofy things they say and do randomly throughout the day. Could be singing or just randomly making sounds or narrating their action. It's adorable and heartwarming that they are comfortable enough around you to do it, but if they notice you noticing, they get embarrassed. Which is also cute enough. It's adorable when guys do that too. 3. My wife caught me last night. I walked up to the kitchen sink and just absent-mindedly started a little hip-shake dance for no reason. The other day I never heard my husband come home while I was cleaning. I ran into the broom, knocking it over, and said, "Don't fight me," to it. I heard my husband say, "Ook." I heard my husband say, "Oof, what?" then bust out laughing. I was initially so embarrassed I never really thought about how I talk to things when I'm alone, though. My partner says, "Oops," whenever she does something wrong in the funniest voice. She's so embarrassed by it, but she has no idea how much it brightens my day. The other day, I never heard my husband come home while I was cleaning. I ran into the broom, knocking it over, and said, "Don't fight me," to it. I heard my husband say, "Oh, what?" then bust out laughing. I was initially so embarrassed I never really thought about how I talk to things when I'm alone. The one I don't get is hiding, masking their real laugh. There's nothing more attractive than making a gorgeous woman absolutely lose her shit. The holding the sides, the little snort, it's just too cute. It sucks that some people have made them feel ugly just for expressing themselves edity. I love it when they go full piggy mode. I admit I snort when I lose it and laugh. Can I also say how adorable this thread is? It's just dudes doting on their partners. Growing up when you are told that sit properly, don't laugh like that, eat properly, etc., like being scrutinized for every small thing. After a point, people succumb to that. Slowly coming in terms with myself and my small weird stuff, that being how I laugh and all. Their body. My ex would always tell me to stop staring at her while she's naked, e.g., when she was undressing before going to bed. But for me, it had nothing to do with being horny or mostly anything sexual at all. It was simply pure beauty. Like you would look at an art's masterpiece, or the moment you reach a mountaintop and enjoy the scenery. Just pure admiration of the beauty, nothing else. Married 20 years so far, she's now in her early 50s, and I still love to watch her get naked every night before bed. Well, it made me realize what a giant asshole I was dating. I wish she could understand that after a pregnancy and all the changes that come with it, after 20 years of a life that hasn't been easy, after those few extra pounds we both put on, I still see that 19-year-old vixen that caught me checking her out while she was bending over to fix her shoe. She is her, and will forever be her. The woman I fell for in the 2 weeks after we met. The one who supported me while I pursued my dreams. The one who bore my child. The one who makes cute noises when she rolls over in her sleep. The one who grows more beautiful every day. The sensitive, genuine mother. The sexy, naughty partner in crime. The one who, for some reason, thought it was a good idea to choose me, my woman. This one made me tear up. I met my husband when I was 17, and we've been through a hell of a lot in those 23 years. Comfy clothes, sweats, baggy shirt, or one of those spaghetti-strap tank tops, no makeup, messy hair. I love that shit so much. Don't get me wrong, when a woman puts in the effort to look good, it's always appreciated, and I love the confidence of a woman who knows she looks good, but for that person to be so comfortable with me to just relax, not care what they look like, and just snuggle up snacking and watching movies, that's its own special brand of sexy that, in all honesty, is about on par with being head to toe dolled up. Dolled up is hot because it says, I want to look good for you. Lazy day clothes are hot because it says, I want to be comfortable with you. I think part of it is that comfimacy is sort of like a behind-the-scenes VIP experience. Everyone gets to see the show, but only a select few get to see what's behind the curtain. It's about intimacy and honesty, which is damn sexy. Girls in sweatpants with a thick waistband that are a bit low, showing a little bit of hip chef's kiss bonus points for a top that doesn't quite cover the stomach too. If it's a little pudgy itchgarf either, that's fucking sexy for some reason. If anyone is prone to acne, I always found it to have a totally negligible impact on a girl's attractiveness. That's more of a don't mind than like, though the cliche that imperfection accentuates beauty does often apply. Areola size. Some women seem to think that tiny is the ideal. I don't know why. Everything from small to large can look great. Like everything else, it's a case-by-case basis. There is no ideal. This one gets asked a lot, but hey. I like a nose with that bone that kinda comes out. Hawkish. I like a lyle arm hair. I like the squishy part on the back of the arm. Belly I can squeeze. Freckles, some hate their freckles. I mean, you tell me something a woman I'd self-conscious of, and I'll tell you I like it. I just like women. Your face is awesome, please, for fuck's sake. Don't post a picture with shitty filter that makes your face look like shiny blurry wax. I've seen many ladies being insecure about hip dips or slightly curved jawline, but this thread makes me feel you guys probably don't even notice this stuff, do you? The heck is a slightly curved jawline when it isn't all chiseled and model-like? Google's trying to tell me the difference between a heart-shaped face and a diamond face, and I still have no idea what a slightly curved jawline looks like. Any examples? I fucking love stretch marks. It's like, damn girl, your skin couldn't handle all that ass. Ass so powerful, it can barely be contained. Damn, you just made me feel incredible about myself. Just general aging. My wife is 51 and she's just beautiful as she is. Glasses, holy shit, women with glasses are beautiful. I'm more self-conscious without glasses and with them low. Tell me why guys have told me I look better W glasses numerous times. Makes me feel weird and shitty. Mayo edit. Everyone stop being so nice on our gonna make this blind bitch cry. Reading these comments was so eye-opening. Thanks guys. They're an accessory at this point, and I don't think the hot librarian stereotype ever really died. I think I just fell in love with every man that commented here. Crow's feet are so beautiful when women smile. Also, if she has a pet crow. My wife has what she described as a mum bod after having our children. If anything, I find her body more attractive now. She gifted me 2 beautiful kids with her body. 3, if you don't calm down, sir. Fucking everything. Stop reading those shitty magazines that make you feel shitty about the most random ass shit about how you look. Men don't read those magazines. We don't give a fuck about your thigh gap or whatever bullshit you are supposed to hate yourself over today. As a woman, I can tell you that men have said some really dumb shit to me about my body. It's not just the magazines, so I'm happy to be able to go through this thread and get some positivity. Freckles. Women hate them, but I've never heard a man say a bad word about a freckle. I've known my wife since we were 5 years old, and I had a crush on her when I was 13. She's a redhead, milky white skin, and 10 million freckles. I feel like it's fairly universal that freckles are attractive to everyone that doesn't have them for some reason. I've seen women completely cake themselves in makeup to hide their freckles, and it's sad that something put it in their mind that their natural skin isn't attractive. Hip dips are the strangest to me. Like, that's just how the body is shaped. Your eyelashes are fine, no need to put racing spoilers on them. Small boobs, I prefer them to big boobs, but big boobs are also great. Boobs are boobs. 90% of guys are just happy they get to see or touch a pair. I'm not gonna fuck up my opportunity because of size or shape. Nah, son. You give me titty, I'll love them no matter how they look. Raises stone tablet above head, behold. The one commandment. Boobs are boobs, sir. There has been another commandment sent via a carrier pigeon. It was the largest pigeon I've ever seen. Raises second stone tablet too. Booty is booty. Jiggly fat, especially around the thigh area. Look, fitness is great, and I'm also into 1 hour of exercise a day, but don't be so obsessed about being so shredded that you become a kite. It's healthy to have fat. You're an ordinary person, not a model whose career depends on how thin they look. As a woman reading this, it absolutely warms my heart that there are still good men out there loving the women in their lives the way they are. Thanks for the read, lads. This entire thread is refreshing to read because we, women, have these awful standards and low self-esteem primarily because of people we have dated. Insecurities don't come from nothing, and reading how just being human and not made up all the time is actually perfectly ok means a lot.